Hello, guys. My story, very normal people. Today, we are here again with a new guest. She's Christina Flach. Welcome, Christina.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
So good to have you in our show. So,
Thank you for
Christina,
having me. I appreciate it.
Christina, can you tell us a little bit to our audience who is Christina?
Well, Christina
Yes.
is a mom of five. I am a celebrity makeup artist, and I am the creator and CEO of Pretty Girl Makeup. And I'm also a sepsis awareness advocate. I also speak about grieving in a positive way. And that's pretty much me.
So, already you have written something, right?
I've written articles in magazines, but I have not written a book as of yet. But I'm thinking about it
in the future, for sure.
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about your article because it's a little bit special.
About about what I've written.
Yes. The article
Yes.
that you said. Yes.
Well, I've written some art. I write a lot, being a celebrity makeup artist. I write about, makeup, and using different products and people that I've worked with. I work a lot in Hollywood. I work with the Food Network, Fox. I do a lot with fashion. So I am very blessed having a career that I enjoy so much.
So your job should be tired as well.
Yes, it is a little exhausting. You wake up quite early to do these TV shows and work in fashion. But it's fun. It's different all the time. You're in a new location. You work with new people. You meet such interesting people that, I get someone sitting in my chair that I would normally not have in my everyday life. And I get to spend time with them and kind of interview them the way you're interviewing me. And it's really fun. It's a very interesting job.
So also you are an advocate for something very special in your life.
Yes,
Can you
I
tell
am.
us a little bit about that?
Yes, I am an advocate for sepsis awareness. My husband, Ken Flach, was the number one tennis player in the world in doubles, won Wimbledon, won a gold medal in Seoul, and he sadly passed away almost 3 years ago, March, from sepsis. He and I had no idea what sepsis was when he got ill. We had called the doctor at Kaiser Permanente. That was our medical insurance at the time, and spoke to the advice nurse. My husband had said that he was never felt worse, and he had, infection, coming out all over, and it was, they didn't see him. So I've been trying since then to, make change in the medical system, making sure doctors see their patients, but also speaking about the signs of sepsis, which are the following. T is for temperature. You could have a hot or a cold temperature. I is for infection. You can have an infection in some part of your body. It could be in your tooth. It could be a cut, or like my husband, bronchitis, pneumonia was an infection. So it's an infection of the blood that attacks your vital organs. M is for mental decline. You're just not all there. You're just a little hard to rouse and get up. And E is for excruciating pain. You're in excruciating pain because you feel like you're dying, because you pretty much are. And if your listeners go to sepsis.org, there's a little timetable called Time, and you'll see the signs for sepsis. So I'm hoping that people will go to the website and read about the different signs, and there is a cure. If you get tested up, there's a blood test that you can take, and they know within about 20 minutes if you're septic, and they put you on an IV antibiotic, and you should survive. Many people have. And sadly, my husband didn't, because again, he wasn't seen by his doctors.
Yeah, for this I wanted to ask, is it possible for people to survive when they are sick?
Yes, many people do. Whoopi Goldberg had sepsis and she survived. There are many different people that get sepsis and survive. it's just has to be caught within the right time. If it goes too far, the organs start being affected and they shut down very quickly. My husband, we called the doctor on a Wednesday. On Thursday, the next morning, he was so much worse. He was spitting up blood. I rushed him to the emergency here in California, and he was on life support in 2 hours, and he never regained consciousness after that. So it's a very aggressive disease. And if, it's caught in time, you'll definitely survive. But there is a time frame that you need to be seen and to be treated.
So it is really dangerous. Do you know anything about statistics, how people get infected, or what? How can I say that?
It's, a lot of people get infected in the hospital, a lot of people with compromised immune systems, or as I said earlier, an infection. About 250,000 people die a year from sepsis. So it's more than one would think.
It's a big number, right?
Yes, it is.
It's like, let's say, about for 1 year COVID, let's say COVID had about 250,000, right? So it's about the same. Wow.
Yes.
Well, it's okay. So,
and that's just in the United States. So I can't even imagine what the statistics are worldwide.
Yeah, and maybe some in other countries they don't even check it so much. Let's say for somebody who lives, let's say in the countryside or a place like this.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Now, what happened to you? It's really sad. So for your husband to leave you, let's say in a young age, let's say, and also your son, you said for Christmas, right?
Yes, my son Bo passed away 14 years ago from SIDS.
Yes, and so grieving, it's really, really big issue. Many people change their life. They become, you never know what happens, but always something when somebody dies or leaves us. So we react differently. We're not, let's say, the same, especially when it's somebody in the family. So
absolutely.
Can you please tell us something that happened to you that?
Well, I went one day. I was on a hike by myself, and I could hear my husband, talking into my head, saying like, watching you crying at night is so hard for me, or when you're so sad, I don't like it because I can't comfort you. And so I started thinking about that, like how I would feel if I was watching him from up in heaven and I couldn't comfort him. So I just thought, the best thing that I can do to honor my husband and my son and all of my angels up in heaven is to have a happy, productive, positive life. I'm not saying I'm not sad a lot, that I don't cry and I don't miss them. But I think, for me, raising awareness is like a positive thing to do. I started educational foundations at a school in Oakland, California called the Northern Lights School, the Ken Flach Educational Fund, and then the Baby Bo Educational Fund. And it raises money for minority children to go to private school. My son, Ben, Bo's twin, there's a golf tournament that Vida Blue, he was a very famous baseball player in the United States. He puts on this celebrity golf tournament every year, and the Giants and the 49ers and the Warriors and the Sharks, they all play in this tournament to raise money for the school. And Ken played in it as well. And my son, Ben, last year raised $35,500 for his dad and his brother's, educational funds. And, I was telling my son, I said, Ben, I'm so proud of you for what you did today, raising all that money. And he said, Mom, I played golf today. Like, what's the big deal? And I said, Ben, 3 children are going to be able to go to private school for a whole year because of what you did today. So it is very important. And I feel very proud. All my children have been a part of Northern Light in some way or another, donating their time. My other son, Nikolai, is a golfer. He has played in the golf tournament. Both my daughters, Melania and Rose, have gone and helped out with the children. And it really makes me proud that my children from a young age have been giving back. They have been very blessed in their life, having such a privileged life. And I feel that it's super important for them to give back to people that aren't quite as privileged as they are.
Let's say that you have become a very good team all together, let's say, as a family.
Yes.
A family team.
Yes.
To do this wonderful work that you do to
yes, I'm very proud of them all.
Yeah, you should. Probably you should.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's our world needs more people like you that have this
heart. Thank you. I try.
So it's it's a need, because now people are, and I say it every time that is possible, we're becoming more selfish. We don't look on the other side anymore. We don't look to our neighbor in one sense. We don't care so much. People are just looking at themselves.
Very important.
And I think what you do, it's like, what I say to my friends. I say to, you don't have to be a hero for somebody. You don't have to give your life for somebody to die. So you can spend minutes, hours from your life, and you can be a hero or a heroine.
Absolutely.
In somebody's life. And that is how I see it. Good for you. Yeah.
Thank you. And it helps me with my grieving process as well. Helping other people makes me feel good and not quite as sad, And so I think it's important. I think it doesn't mean I don't miss my husband or my son or my mother, or my grandparents or my business partner who passed away. I miss them terribly, but I just think that it would make it easier for them looking down on me if they see me doing positive things, and honoring them by keeping their name alive and their memory alive by helping children. I started at my son's other school, the Ed McGuire School in Mill Valley, California. My friend Lisa Zimmer was the principal at the time, and they had this garden, and it had kind of been ignored. And education and nutrition are very important to me, especially with children. And so we started raising money for the garden, and they named it after my son, Bo. So it's the Bo Friedman Outdoor Classroom. And it's so fantastic because children go there and they learn about, they plant seeds and they see, the lettuce grow and there's fruit trees, and, they start eating the food that they grow. And so from a young age, since they're eating food that they've grown, they're much more inclined to eat vegetables and fruits and healthy foods as they get older. And so that's incredibly important to me. So I'm excited about the Bo Friedman outdoor classroom. And I hope many children get to enjoy it because it's a really beautiful, special place.
So while you were talking, something came in my mind. It's like, in one sense, you're living with your husband and your son, because it's like you have them in every day. Let's say when you do what you do in their name, let's say, it's like you have them, that's what I felt. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Yes. And I know, I think that's true. It makes me feel them here. I don't want them to be forgotten. It's oftentimes people don't want to, especially with a baby that's passed away, people want to forget about it and, not talk about it. And I don't want my baby to be forgotten. I would like other children to have an amazing education. Oh, I'm gonna cry. That he didn't get to experience. And so if I can help facilitate that with other children, to have an opportunity to have an education and that they would normally not have, I think it's amazing. So it really is something that I'm very passionate about.
So, would you like to say to us something else about as a businesswoman?
Yes.
That sense, it's like
that's probably my main thing.
It's the right time to speak for the businesswoman, because we have heard of businessman, but now it's your time. It's let's say now you're getting in your hands. Okay.
Yes. I started my company in 1999, and I've been self-funded up until this coming year, but I have investors coming in, which I'm super excited about. I got a new business partner last year, Jordan Hall, and we We are expanding our company, and we're very excited about it. We have a new skincare line and a hair care line, and we are going to expand our makeup line. So we are very, very excited about that. And we are going to be in, all the stores and across the world, and create beautiful products to make people happy.
So you have just for ladies or also for gentlemen?
No, for men as well. It'll be hair and skincare for men and women. Yeah.
Okay, even they don't use for themselves, they can make gifts.
Exactly.
So they can be a part of the.
If they can be part of the pretty girl experience.
Right.
So the men portion will be called PGM. So it won't be so.
So that's very good. So what else would you like to share with our audience about you, about what you do? Yeah.
Well, being a celebrity makeup artist has been really fun. I have met some amazing people. I have worked on, I finished a TV show before the shut-in, before all this coronavirus happened. I finished a TV show for Fox in Los Angeles with Isaiah Washington called Kitchen Talk with Isaiah Washington. And it was a really fun show. It was like a talk show, but each guest that would come on, we would be in a different location. We would go to different beautiful markets and cheese stores and wine shops and get all the ingredients. And then the guests, they would have conversation while they cooked a meal and sat down and chatted. And I think, as you can see, most people, when they go to someone's house, they all congregate into the kitchen and chat. And so it was really fun experience doing a TV show, a series, which I had never done before. I usually do a lot of fashion. I work with the Food Network a lot, and ABC, NBC, CBS, all the different networks. So it was very fun for me. And I look forward to season 2. It was really fun working with the team. And I adored working with Isaiah. He's really special.
So the last question from my side.
Yes.
So what is something that makes you wake up with a smile in the morning?
Oh, that's a great question. So I every morning when I get up, I kind of set an intention for the day. I say some affirmations of positivity, and I think about what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my children and my health and my work and all the people that I love in my life. I am grateful for, having people to love. I'm very grateful. I have amazing family and friends, and I am very blessed. I know I've had quite a few things in my life that sound tragic, but I've had a million miracles and beautiful experiences. So I count myself a very blessed person.
Thank you very much, Christina, for your story. It was
of course. Amazing. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.